Hello guys, your favorite farmer Kate again. Okay, so if you've been following us on YouTube, we started a series last weck on agri business to start with low capital investments. Okay, so we listed a few, and today we're just going to dive into poultry farming, how to start poultry farming with low capital. First, what is poultry farming? Poultry farming involves raising domestic birds such as chicken, ducks, turkeys for meat, for eggs, or even for feathers. Right? It is one of the most profitable sector in agriculture due to its high demand for poultry products globally. Like poultry products, you can even export them. So talking of exports, don't miss out on our live section on how to start small scale export on the 16th of November 2024. That's on Saturday. Okay, so let's continue. So we're going to discuss types of poultry farming. We have the layer farming, which is for eggs. So for layer farming, your egg productions, your layers exactly start laying from 18 weeks. Okay, but it depends on feed, the kind of feed that you're giving to your layers. They might start before the 18 weeks and can continue to like 72 weeks. So you have how many weeks of selling eggs every week. The important thing with layer farming is you get to sell your eggs every day. Then the next one is broiler farming. So the broiler farming, that's focused on meat production. Broilers can only give you meat. So if you're having you raise your broiler for like 6 to 7 weeks, okay, and then you have high quality meat. Okay, so if you're looking for a way to get funding for your poultry farm, right, go and watch our previous video on how to secure funding for poultry farm with feed credits. Feed credits that's you giving poultry farmers in Nigeria an opportunity to secure funding up to 5 million naira that can cover for 8 weeks cycle for your broilers. Okay, so the next we're going to discuss is breeding farming. That's producing fertilized eggs to hatch yielding ones. So you can actually just be doing that as a business. And then the last type of poultry farming that we're discussing is free range farming, where chicken are allowed to roam freely, and while it's being fed natural diet. So you don't even need housing if you're doing free range. Right, you just need them to go, come back. But train your chicken so that they will go and come back to your house. Christmas is very close. Okay, so after this, we've listed types of poultry farming you can go into. The next one is how to do your market research. The market research, right? Before starting your poultry business, you need to understand the demand and supply of poultry, like your region. And then you need to get your target audience and know who are your competitors. Like for demand and supply, you need to assess the local and international markets for eggs, market for meat, market for byproducts like feathers and manure. So I'm going to go deep into this. For eggs, for instance, you need to find out that, okay, what company uses eggs and for what purpose, or what eatery or fast food or restaurants uses meat and for what purpose, right? These markets for poultry products, locally and international. There is large market for it, that even up to like chicken feet or chicken pies they call it. Then for the target markets, who are your customers? Is it supermarket you want to supply it to? Is it restaurants, or is it household, or do you want to sell it one in the market? Like if you're looking for companies that buy, send us a DM. We give you best recommendation for where you can sell your poultry products. And then you have to also analyze your competitors. That, okay, I don't want to begin to mention names, but we already know big poultry dealers in Nigeria, especially in the southwest. We know the big names that are already in poultry, but then there is enough space for everybody. Even if you want to start small, there is an opportunity for you to start small. So then when you finish with your market analysis to know where to sell your products, the next thing you're going to do to be successful in your poultry business is, how do you source for funding? Where do you get funding? It's a very big thing, yes, we know. Because when you're starting new, especially if you're starting small, you'll be wondering that A carton of day old now is very expensive. I think it's about 85,000, 80,000, depending on where you're buying from. If you're looking for a way to buy day old at a cheaper price, day old that will not die before the next day, send us a DM and you recommend best farm that you can get your day old. Alright, okay, so then you need to get funding. How do you secure funding? We have different links and to how you can secure funding. We cannot list all of them. So if you're looking for funding for your poultry, apart from feed credits, which we've done video on that, send us a DM and then we'll walk you through how to secure funding for your poultry farm, guys. Okay, so what are the requirements for starting poultry farm? The first thing that you have to do when starting poultry farm is choose a location, land space. Choose a location with good drainage, access to clean water, and proper ventilation for your poultry. So that what kind of housing system do you want to choose? There is deep litter system, there is battery cage, there is free range system. Based on your farming style, what do you want to go into? If it's broiler, so you already know that you need deep litter system. You don't necessarily need battery cage for broilers. But if it's for layers, you can use deep litter for layers as well, and you can also use battery cage. But we recommend battery cage, especially when they start laying, so that they don't break the eggs after laying. So guys, please ignore the noise in my background. So let's continue. The next requirement is chicks. So when sourcing for your day old, you need to get it from reputable suppliers. Get chicks that are disease free so that you don't lose them. Don't just buy chicks from any farm that you hear that they have, they're selling day old chicks at a cheaper price. Don't go and buy cheap day old that will die the next day. But we can also give you free recommendation on which farm to go, which farm to buy your chicks from. And the next requirement is feed. You need to provide your chicks with balanced poultry feed that is rich in vitamins, proteins and minerals, so that you do not lose your chicks. Then the next thing we're going to discuss is poultry management tips. How do you manage your poultry farm so that you don't lose them? All right. How do you manage your poultry farm? This is very important, and in fact it's an aspect that most poultry farmers ignore, and it causes them a lot every time. So the first thing you need to take note of is biosecurity. What is biosecurity? Biosecurity simply means keeping your farm clean and restricting visitors from accessing your farm in order to prevent diseases. So it's not everybody that comes to visit you in the farm that you have to tell them, come inside, come and see how my poultry, come and see how my birds are doing. No, you have to prevent that. Preventing that means that you're preventing disease outbreak in your farm. Then the next thing is vaccination. Ensure timely vaccination for diseases like Newcastle, so that if you for instance your day old, if you don't give them vaccine on time, you might lose them. So vaccination is very important in poultry management. The next one is lighting. Maintain proper lighting especially for layers. The more lighting you can get for your layers farm, it enhances egg production. So lighting is very important in poultry management. The next one is water and feed. Please don't go and say because they're animals, you can just give them anyhow water to drink. No, let's stop doing that. Let's stop killing our birds by ourselves. Give them fresh water and adequate feeding. It's very important. Don't just give them anything anyhow and you expect to cash out. Like I said, December is very close, so do all these things so that you can cash out on time. Give them fresh water and adequate feed to ensure growth and productivity. Thank you very much. Okay guys, so the next one is cost analysis and profitability. This is the part that I've been waiting for since. In fact, the most important part. If you did not watch up to this part, you missed to. Okay, for cost analysis, how do you cost for poultry farm? This is going to be a personalized training, because first we need to know the capacity you want to go in for. But a standard startup cost, you need to buy chick, you need to buy feed, you need housing, you need medication, and then overhead costs. So these are the basic costs that you will need to start your poultry farm. Then income, DM us, let us walk you through on how to cost for your poultry in order to make profits. Okay, So the next one we're going to discuss here is marketing strategies. Don't say you have the farm, you don't know how to sell. Now we're going to teach you how to sell your poultry products. We have the local sales. What we mean by local sale is after let's say for broilers, once it's up to like 6 weeks or 7 weeks, if you want to sell it at 7 weeks, we have hotels that we can recommend. So you sell direct to hotels, restaurants, and then you can do household sales too. And the second one, another strategy you need to implement is online presence. The use of social media to reach more customers. Like, just snap your bird, but snap it well. Don't snap it bendy, don't snap it sleeping. A proper picture of your poultry, a poultry farm, or your bird, or your broilers, or your layers. You post it. Your customer might even be in your contacts, you don't know. So that's why you have to make use of social media to sell your poultry products. And the next one is partnership. You can collaborate with supermarkets, wholesalers, and then even processing plants. With this, once your broiler is up to like 7 weeks, you just call them, they'll come and off-take. We always have off-takers every time looking for old layers, looking for broilers and all poultry products. Then for the layers, I just remember a thing that even after your layers are done laying, you can also sell them as spent layers. That is another oil money that people are not telling you. That it's not just the egg you're selling. In fact, you're selling eggs, you're selling manure, you're selling the feathers, and you're also selling your spent layers after laying. So the next marketing strategy is value addition. Don't just sell your poultry products like that. You can process them, you can package them, and sell them. And how lucrative or profitable this poultry farm is, we have to also tell you the challenges in poultry farm. Diseases and high mortality rate. Yes, it is very common, especially if you do not have a proper management for your poultry. Yes, you can lose them. Then currently there's rising cost of feed and even medication. So these are the challenges you encounter in poultry farm. I'm not going to be like other people that will give you training and they will not tell you the bad part of it. Yes, this is honest truth. Market fluctuations, price of poultry products goes up and down these days. And then also there is competition, so you have to be able to stand out either through value addition or through having a large market for your products. So these are the things, but guess what, it's not a problem if you can manage your poultry farm properly. Then the number one is already out of it, that is disease and high mortality, which means that you reduce mortality drastically. Okay, then there's rising cost of feed, another challenge. But what if I tell you that you can actually source your feed locally, so you don't have to buy the feed that is going to carry you for the whole 8-week cycle if you're doing broiler? You can have local feed. We can walk you through how you can process your feed by yourself to save costs. That might be on our next video, depending if you people want to say it in the comment section. Okay. Then the next one is sustainability. How do you sustain your poultry business? First, use organic feed. If you're using organic feed, it produces healthier poultry products, right? So like I said, you can produce a healthier organic feed by yourself. It's going to be on our next video. Another sustainability method is you convert your poultry waste into organic manure, right? So it's not only your poultry product that you're selling, you're also selling your poultry byproducts. You can sell your waste. In fact, a bag of poultry droppings is selling for about 5,000 naira and above. So you can imagine if you have a large poultry farm, so you're actually cashing out through the byproducts. Then another thing is adopt a renewable energy source for your farm operation. You don't have to be buying fuel or diesel or whatever. You can choose solar. It's an alternative, right? So that it reduces costs for your poultry business. How do you, what next after all of this? Boom, you start cashing out. After all of this, what happened? You start cashing out. Like, I'm already excited because people that have been following our training, we've been seeing DM of, oh wow, my farm is doing well. So you expand your small scale into large scale production and start looking forward to exporting your business, which is we're going to discuss all of this on our export training. All right, and then you bring in technology into your farm. So there's just so many things that you can do. I believe this step-by-step training on how to start your poultry farm would actually help you go a long way. Alright guys, so I believe this helped you to start your small scale poultry farm. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow us on YouTube, on WhatsApp, on Facebook. Stay tuned. Share our videos with your friends and loved ones. You might be doing somebody a favor just by sharing it. Alright, so our training is totally free. All you need to do is share. That's all we want from you. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching to this point, and don't forget to subscribe. See you guys on our next video. Bye.